G'day, I'm Andrew Granger. I'm the Director of Research for Plant and Food Research Australia, which is a wholly owned subsidiary of Plant and Food Research New Zealand and registered as an Australian company. We have offices in Queensland, New South Wales, Victoria and South Australia, where I'm based in Adelaide. We cover a wide range of crops and industries: horticulture, cereal, seafood and food. Our function is to bring together cross-functional or multidisciplinary teams, drawing on the scientific expertise that we have both in Australia and New Zealand to solve industry problems. In Australia, we're just coming off the back of the mining boom, which was largely focused on the Chinese economy. And we're now going into what they're calling the dining boom, and we're seeing reinvestment into agriculture, and again it's aimed at the Chinese market and the increased demand for premium horticultural crops as well as the basics. As such, we do look across the ditch and recognise that New Zealand has been through this some years ago in gearing up their export industries, and of note are apples, kiwi fruit, wine, of course milk powder, going to various markets around the world. So in some ways they've been through this process before we have. So we understand that they have developed knowledge around export of various crops and premium crops into the markets that we're interested in. It seems logical to utilise that knowledge, it being so close, and bring that on board into Australia to help Australian industries move into export markets and particularly into China. So as such, we're talking to a range of other research providers, universities, federal agencies such as CSIRO, state agencies, departments of primary industries. And we're doing this because we prefer to take a collaborative approach. Plant and Food Research Australia is the lead collaborator on some highly regarded research programs in Australia. Probably the best example is the PIPS program, which is productivity, irrigation, pests and soils in the apple industry. And here we collaborate with the Tasmanian Institute of Agriculture and importantly the industry, Apple and Pear Australia Limited. And looking at all these facets of production to improve them and introduce a more sustainable approach, and also looking towards the future, underpin exports of high quality fruit offshore. So I'm really excited about the future for innovation within Australian industries, particularly those that are committing to export. And the reason for that is, as I mentioned previously, New Zealand's had experience in some of these areas and developed knowledge and systems. We've got a track record in integrating that in the pip fruit industry in Australia, and now the stage is set for us to go across a broader range of industries to do more with less, in terms of land availability, in terms of water and its quality and its availability, and the need for a more sustained and a better, efficient use of those resources to then go forward, grow the industries and grow them in a profitable way. So it's a real exciting time because we're just on the cusp of all that change. Not only that, there's a following change, if you like, in the research environment and how it's funded and where the priorities are. There's quite a lot of change going on there. And I'm just sure, knowing the Australian resilience, that the whole system will bounce back, reform and be in much better shape. So it's quite an exciting time to be in Australia and to be involved in primary industries research.